My son has smart tips for you to avoid being charged for any damages when moving out of your Japanese rental. So depending where you're from and what you're used to, some tips may seem obvious, but the point here is to explicitly tell you what you can find in Japan. If you don't know something is available or it looked different than what you're used to, it may be hard to know what to look for and where. So in this part, we will review some of the things you can be charged for, along with how you can set up your home the way you like, but with avoiding these charges and kind of where to find this kind of stuff. So shall we start with the first one, the last one? Where can you find all these stuffs I'm going to discuss? All the pictures are from Amazon Japan. You can find many shops in Japan will offer one product or another. Many of the products are available at the popular 100 yen shop, like Seria and Daiso, although not everything is sold at 100 yen anymore. Loft is a popular shop for craft and some household stuff, while Nitori provides affordable household items from beds and kitchen units to smaller items like pillows, hangers, and storage boxes. And of course, on Amazon Japan, but also Rakuten or Temu, you can find most of the things you need as well. So there are just a few examples. You can find more suggestions on my website on the Japan resource page, particularly in section 66, 67, and 610. All right, so let's say your child made this beautiful piece of artwork, and as a proud parent, you want to nail it to the wall. Can you? Should you? You could, but I wouldn't recommend it because if you leave some holes in the wall, even a tiny hole, it can be considered damage to the wallpaper, and your landlord may charge you for replacing the entire wallpaper on that wall. But you can hang your child artwork in other frames, especially these ones are quite light, by using one or more pins, especially the invisible kind like this. Since invisible pins do not leave noticeable holes in the wallpaper, it is safe to use without causing any visible damage to the wallpaper. Next, your office, bookshelf, and other heavy furnitures like the storage unit in the kitchen. If you bought your furniture at IKEA, there are IKEA stores in Japan. You will find that they usually come with a safety kit designed to screw the unit to the wall so that it doesn't topple down when there's an earthquake. And as Japan, is particularly earthquake prone, this is a crucial safety concern. But no need to use the IKEA provided safety kit in Japan and risk damaging and paying for the precious wallpaper. In Japan, people usually secure their bookshelves and kitchen unit and other tall and heavy furnitures that can topple down with tension rods designed specifically for this purpose. You usually add 2 tension rods like this to secure one unit. These rods are extendable and come in different length. Just make sure, of course, that you follow the instructions to fix them properly so your furniture is really secure. If you have any tatami room in your rental, you will find that the closet is probably designed to store futons and bedding, like on the picture here. That means there won't be any hanging rod in there to hang your nice suits or your beautiful dresses. You can screw a rod in there, but again, if you damage the wall inside the closet, that still counts as part of the damage to the property your landlord can charge you for. So instead of using a rod that you screw inside the closet, you may want to consider using again a tension rod, but design this one specifically for hanging things like this one. Notice that this type of rod is different from the tension rod for earthquake prevention I discussed before. Tatami rooms are a nice addition to a Japanese home, and they are very common in older houses and buildings. Sometimes all the bedrooms are in tatami, but it's not always practical. If you can't sleep on a futon on the floor, for instance, you can add a bed in there and maybe other pieces of furniture. But some people will tell you that you're not allowed to put any furniture on a tatami. But I've seen both foreigners and Japanese people put heavy furniture in there. I would advise to do some research to understand, however, how to make sure the tatami remain well ventilated, enough so that it doesn't develop mold or mites in it. And if you don't want to damage the mat with a bed frame like this, for instance, you can add some padding like this under each leg of the frame. It's not 100% efficient, so keep in mind that if your bedding does end up digging a dent in the tatami, you may need to pay for new tatami mat, but only for the ones you have damage and not 100% as discussed previously, because your responsibility decrease over time. You may also be concerned that your dining chairs may scratch the floor in the dining room or under your office chair also. If only dining chair, you can buy the little felt cushions you can stick under each leg of each chair, or you can just buy a big plastic mat like this. This is a better choice if you have an office chair with wheels. You can just put a plastic mat like this. So if your child is prone to dropping dishes or in the hall, unfortunately, as we discussed before, when talking about the shared responsibilities between landlord and tenant, if your child's accidents result in the floor being damaged, it is considered negligence and falls under a responsibility. And your landlord may request you to pay for part of the repairs. So in your kitchen in particular, you can add a washable or plastic mat, or you can add non-adhesive and waterproof tiles like this. These are other options. There's other options like a heating carpet if your floor get cold in the winter. So these are just some ideas. The point is there are loads of products sold in Japan to protect the original floor. It's a pain to add something on top, but well. And as some of you know, I'm from Canada, and I don't think I've ever seen in my life so much mold. I haven't seen mold at all before moving to Japan. But it creeps everywhere, from your bathroom windows and onto your futons. To prevent getting mold in the first place, you need to ventilate the place regularly, put futons out in the sun whenever you can. But when it appears, you can get rid of the mold, at least on hard surfaces, with the right product. Fortunately, not sure this is sold anywhere else in the world, but you can easily find this product in Japan. It's called Kabikira, and it's a mold killer. Yeah. Or a household helper would put this everywhere in the bathroom and kitchen for a start. She also told me that if you have white shirts that are stained, the Kebikira can remove tough stain too. But it can damage the fabric, so just use a small area if you're in maybe like the dirty socks from your kids, white socks, you want to make white again. So I would not recommend to wait until you move out to get rid of all the mold. It can be really hard to get rid of then. And also because mold, of course, is a health hazard, particularly for children. So you better get rid of it as quickly as possible when it starts to appear. Last but not least, cooking with oil can get nasty with the oil splashing on the wall of the often too small kitchen. Instead of strategizing on how to clean these stains, I would instead try to prevent having the stains in the first place. You can buy again, there are various different things sold at 100-yen shops in Japan, pharmacies, and other shops to help with this. But you can buy these kind of transparent sheets that you can stick to the walls, and you remove them when they get dirty and replace with new ones. So that's an easy fix, right? So I hope that gives you some ideas of how to prevent the damages so that you don't have to worry about being overcharged when you move out.